see how this phone is adjusted. I don't think I can adjust my phone. That's okay because I'm driving. This way I want to go out. Go out this way. Man, I just had an experience. Before I get into this message, right? I'm leaving O'Reilly's, right? I'm leaving O'Reilly's Auto Parts, and I initially went to AutoZone, and I just wanted to get these things for someone is about to wash my car for me, and I didn't really have any cleaning cloth, so I just left O'Reilly's to purchase this. But initially, I went to AutoZone, right? And two workers in AutoZone said, "Ma'am, you have to wear your mask." And I'm looking at the door, and I said, "Well, where's that law that I have to do that?" Well, it's not a law. They respond. It's for the safety of the workers. And so it was two women, right? And I said, "Well, you have on a mask, right? You have on a mask." And I point to the other lady who was emphasizing it, and I said, "She has on a mask, so if it's for your safety, then you're protected." I'm the one that should be nervous, right? I'm the one that should be afraid, right? When you think, you know. And I said, not only do you all have on masks, you have your plexiglass in front of you. Well, ma'am, if you just leave the store, I said, look, I don't have to spend my money with you, right? I don't have to spend my money with you. So I left and went to O'Reilly's where I cannot wear a mask. So I just left. So that's just my breaking story for today. Let me try to see some of these comments. I'm assuming this is a man. Say, wait, don't you have kids? I have a child, one daughter. I do not have children or kids. So let's get into this other topic. I probably should have went live right after that AutoZone incident. Please be safe. Appreciate that. I wouldn't have went live if I thought I put myself in harm's way, but I won't be reading all of the comments. So, Atlanta in the building, all ears. Now, to this person, before this light change, it says, wait, don't you have kids? I'm trying to see. I'm assuming it's a man, a male. This is the issue I have, and then I'll get into the six-figure woman, right? It's okay for a man, right? Now, I don't know how you all say it in your neck of the woods or your state or your area, but sometimes in the South, we say it like this. It's okay for a man to stand 10 toes down, and then let's take it to even further, with his feet buried in the sand, right? 10 toes down with his feet buried in the sand and say, I do not want to marry a woman that has 4, 5, or 6 kids, or sometimes 3, or sometimes no kids, period, right? And or any logic, oh, and they raise them as their own, even if they're not their child, right? And they are their stepfather who take those kids in as their own. However, if that man wanted to say that I don't want to marry a woman with kids, it would be totally fine, right? It would be totally accepted because that's accepted from a man's point of view. However, elaborating on this is because of really Kevin Samuel's live stream video that I had on my Facebook. And he instructed a young lady that because of her appearance, that a six-figure man, right? She was a six-figure income earner, and she wanted that man income. And after a while, Kevin began to break down to her what qualities he felt from his perspective that a six-figure man would want in a woman, right? Okay, so I think I got disconnected. Let me see. Are you all still on? Hank says, Hank, just get out my live stream then. Watch and holding my breath. If you're and you know what, you may have some type of drastic event happen to you that caused you to be like that when driving. But I'm good. I'm already at my destination, and I had a short drive to take. So if you're holding your breath and it's causing you anxiety, then just get out the live stream, right? I don't want anybody with anxiety on here. Okay, so back to the point. It's okay for a man, right, to say that, and it be accepted 10 toes down. I don't want to marry a woman with kids, but again, kudos to the men who do marry a woman with kids and raise them as his own, and he becomes their stepfather or their father figure, right? So back to it. Um, the video got 1,000+ views on my Facebook, and most of the men were applauding the "ma'am, you're average at best," right? Because Kevin said that her looks were not up to par for a six-figure man, even though she had a six-figure business, right? She wanted to be equally yoked with someone on her income level. Now, this is the issue that I sometimes have with women as well. Women will bash other women for wanting quality, right? Oftentimes. We would say things like, you'll never get married, your expectations are too high, right? If you want a man with a six-pack, you need to go to the gym. If you want a man with good credit score, get your credit up. If you want a man with this type of income. You need to build your income. All of the above I agree with, but this is the thing. When they see a woman that has those expectations, right, they give all of those prerequisitions or what they feel like is requirements. And people, it's getting to the point now, or it should have been at the point that if you're going to marry someone you can build with, not someone that you have to build. Let me say that again. If you're going to marry in a lifetime commitment, marry with someone you have to build with, not someone that you have to spend years of your life building, right? Now, the other flip of the coin is that when a woman has all that stuff, when her credit is up, when her money is up, when she goes to the gym, when she keeps herself up, right? Then when that woman have higher or the same level of expectation, it becomes a problem. That's what I have a problem with. Now a woman that has their money right, has the gym membership, works out, right, has a great personality. Now she should want less. Just settle. As that old saying, half of a man is better than no man at all. Not true. What if she is making 6 figures? And so this is what I mean. This is my personal opinion, right? If a man has 4, 5, 6 kids, in some cases, people don't want to deal with 3 or more. First of all, some people like that family environment with large kids, right? Some people don't. That all goes into compatibility, being equally yoked, right? Again, being equally yoked. Now, if you're a woman who loves large families, doesn't matter if they're your child or stepchildren, then this will be well for you. But usually a 6-figure income woman, earner, is business-minded or asset-minded, right? So she has to contribute quite a amount of time to building or continuous building of her business. Look at the Proverbs 31st woman in the Bible, right? If you have 4, 5, or 6 kids, man, and you are single, and you will have 2 or 3 baby mamas, right? That woman has to consider, if I get married or enter into agreement with you, now my ass or assets by these women that you have these babies by that may be broke, insecure, low income as well, can go after everything that I've put my time, energy into building. Then you have to ask yourself, because this woman will have business or deals going on, you just don't get 6 figures overnight, right? Do she have time to cook for your 6 kids? Then she has to analyze, how much time have you put into your kids before she marries you? Because do I even want to tell a man that will put more time into me than the 4, 5, or 6 kids that he have out here? Because how he treats his children is an indicator how he treats me as a wife, number 1. Number 3, child support. Are you going to be willing to pay joint child support with this man? Is it even worth the headache? Or you can meet another quality man that has maybe 1 or 2 children? Because men have this myth that, well, we're outnumbered to a woman 5 to 1. So if you try to be picky, you may not find a good man. No, there are many good quality single men out here that has been responsible in their child making time, right? and have not produced 4, 5, or 6 kids. Then you have to ask yourself as a woman, is that a sign of an irresponsible man? And if he's a good father, he should be paying financial support, right? Because with 4, 5, or 6 kids, he may not have a lot of time support to give them, especially if they are not living with him. That's another question to ask. Why aren't your kids living with you if you are a good father who would make a good husband? If they're living with their mothers. And then you have to know the future, right, motives of these quote-unquote baby mamas. Because if you have 6 figures, woman, she's going to come after your assets or your ass, whatever way you want to say it. So when you look at all those indicators, to me, it's just not even worth it. And are you the type of woman who likes to cook for these children, who's going to keep the food stocked and refrigerator stocked? Because 4, 5, 6 kids is a big budget. When they come to visit, do you have a big enough bedroom house? Who house they going to live in? And if it's a man that you're married with this many kids and he's the primary income earner, right, he's going to be chasing money. So you're going to have to take these stepchildren on primarily as the main mother figure because he won't be in the house as much. And do you want that responsibility of taking on 4 or 5 other kids that you didn't birth and have no obligation to other than you decided to marry their father? And if you do, they take time away from your business and your goals and your purpose and your focus. So I'm signing out. Latasha said, I dated a man with a bunch of kids, and this fool asked me to buy his son some shoes and bicycles. I told him no. Right. They're the daddy. You must be equally yoked, and that includes financially too. They're trying to bully you into accepting. Well, they're not bullying me. This is just a smear. But I guess you're saying in general. Yeah, a man think if they have a job, a house, a car. Well, men, if they have 4 or 5 or 6 children, they should already have a 4, 5, 6 bedroom house when you're dating them. You got that many kids, all of them need a bedroom, right? All of them need a bedroom. So if a man, to me, for all of his children, when you meet him and you're dating him, he should have a bedroom from each child already, right? Unless it was some unfortunate event, like he was married, for example, and the wife died unexpectedly. That's different. But I'm talking about a single man who was never married and just have kids out here by different women, right? Math says most men are not interested in women that make 6 figures, and most women that make 6 figures are not interested in men that don't make 6 figures, right? So that's fine. I mean, a woman that makes 6 figures, I'm talking about a woman that makes 6 figures. For a man that's not interested in a woman that makes 6 figures, we're going to see how long that lasts during this recession when their jobs are taken. They would much rather be with a 6-figure woman than a broke one. And if you personally don't want a woman that makes 6 figures, then that's a insecurity issue that you got to deal with as a man. And go get you a woman that make less than you if that makes you feel like a man. That's an ego problem, right? So let me tell you, women are coming up. Most women make more than men in this 2021 anyway. There are more women in business. Women are in the black and brown community specifically, higher income earners. And, you know, I still believe in kings. I'm not trying to belittle the man. But for me, if you don't even connect intellectually, right, if we can't even discuss business, It don't matter what your income is with me. I don't have it. Won't be a connection. It's not equally yoked at that point, right? Gotta bring more than your appetite to this table. Exactly. And a man said he doesn't want a 6-figure. No, ma'am, you're incorrect. In this day and age, the black woman oftentimes makes more than the black man. Most black men. I'm not saying all of them. But to be honest with you, I want a man income higher than mine. I don't want a man who have lower income than me. I want you to be boastful in that area. I want you to walk in your kingship. I want you to level up, right? I want you to tell me, baby, you just take your money and just do whatever you want to do with it. I got everything in this house, the bills, the house, the mortgage. Your money is your money. That's your play money. I'm a real king around here. So, hey, bring it on, right? Bring it on. If you're going to be a man, be a man. If you're going to be a king, be a king, right? So, hey, that's what kings do. Queens have no problem with a king. Queens have no problem with a king. It's the clowns queens don't deal with. Queens have no problem with the king. It's the clowns that queens won't deal with. When I'm saying queen, I'm not talking to the women on here that's a man in me with bad credit, a bad diet, a bad attitude, and a broke bank account. I'm not talking, you're not a queen. You're not a king if you have a bad diet, a broke bank account, a bad attitude, several kids, 3, 4, 5 baby mamas, not taking care of your responsibility, not taking care of your financial child support. You're not a king. I'm only talking to kings and queens, right? I'm not looking for amens on this one. A lot of people want an amen, but a lot of that's true. You need to get yourself together. Look in the mirror, get your bank account up, get your mindset up, right? Like minds attract. Look for someone to build with, not someone that you have to do the building. It makes life easier. You're going to enter into a lifelong commitment. Hey, I'm signing out. Just want to make that point real quick and share with you all my math story.